Abruzzo is known as the greenest region in Europe, as almost half of its territory, the largest in Europe, is reserved for national parks and protected natural reserves. These ensure the survival of 75% of Europe's living species, including rare species such as the golden eagle, the Abruzzo chamois, the Apennine wolf, and the Martigan brown bear. The most famous in the world is the Abruzzo wine Montepulciano d'Abruzzo and Trebbiano d'Abruzzo DOC. Here we can find many typical foods: truffles and mushrooms, aquilano saffron, arrosticini, which are lamb skewers, or ferratelle with Nutella or jam. Also the copeta, a typical Christmas dessert with honey and walnuts, and the cicerchiata. But now we began our journey through the Abruzzo wonder.
Fucino was a large endorheic lake between some Abruzzo cities, Avezzano, Ortucchio and Trasacco, once the third largest lake in Italy until the complete drying up first occurred in the second half of the 19th century by Alessandro Torlonia, but before the Roman Emperor Claudius had attempted to build some tunnels. It was drained to avoid malaria and floods. Once drained, it had to be made cultivable and habitable, so the Prince Alexander built canals, roads, houses and farms. This is the plan for the drying up of the lake printed in the 1875. In addition to the salt clay structure of the soil, the climatic condition, for example the temperature range and the mountain climate, positively influence the quality and goodness of the cultivated plants. The main vegetables grown are potatoes, but there are many others. For example, the most important are PGI carrots. In particular, Avezzano is very famous in Italy for potatoes PGI. They are very good, believe me. LNGS, Gran Sasso National Laboratories, is the largest underground laboratory in the world devoted to neutrino and astroparticle physics and supporting research in elementary particles physics, dark matter, nuclear and subnuclear physics. It offers the most advanced underground infrastructures in terms of dimensions, complexity and completeness. The underground structures are on one side of 10 kilometers long highway tunnel which crosses the Gran Sasso Massif. Access to experimental holes is made easier by the highway tunnel. The 1,300 meters rock thickness above the laboratory represents natural coverage that provides a cosmic ray flux reduction. Currently, 1,100 scientists from 29 different countries are taking part in the experimental activities of LNGS.
Abruzzo is also an important tourist destination, rich in skiing facilities in the numerous Apennine mountain or for summer outings. There are many seaside towns along the Adriatic Sea coast. For example, Pescara, the most famous. Here we can visit Gabriele D'Annunzio's house that became a museum around 1927. An outdoor theatre and a pine forest where he loved to spend time were dedicated to him.
Another tourist city is Silvi Marina in the province of Teramo, known for the beautiful sea. Has been a blue flag for many years. The symbol of the city is Torre del Cerrano. Built in 1568, it belonged to the Kingdom of Naples. Today it's an historical museum, and it is also used for ceremonies, parties and aperitifs with sea view. The ancient part of the city is called Silvi Alta, located on a hill. It's very beautiful at night, and from there you can see the sea and the city with a wonderful overview. In Silvi Marina we can also visit the Sila factory. Sila is a very famous company in Italy that produces licorice candies since 1937. In 2017, it celebrated the 80 years of the company, and they opened the doors to the public to show how it worked and to explain the history of the company. Today they produce mint dragis, hard candies and licorice sticks in many different varieties, starting from the processing of raw licorice up to the packaging.
Hello, sailor, menta, ti confetti tutta menta e poi qua. Fresca voce, tutta menta sai la
in a small township in the province of L'Aquila, Pescina. He was an Italian political leader, novelist, and a short story writer during World War II. Famous for his powerful anti-fascist novel, he was nominated in the Nobel Prize for Literature 10 times. In Pescina, a museum was built in the birthplace of the writer. The museum devoted to Ignazio Silone contains several manuscripts and original letters of the author.
Sulmona is a very famous city in Abruzzo. It is also the birthplace of Ovidius, the Roman poet who lived during the reign of Augustus. He wrote about the ars amatoria, that is the art of love and metamorphosis. Sulmona is also known worldwide for its confetto. The typical sugar almond is furred by an internal core called soul, consisting of an entire almond coated with layers of sugar. A high-quality sugar almond must have very fine layers of sugar to obtain a very delicate flavor. The soul of sugar almond can also consist of other ingredients: hazelnut, cinnamon, chocolate, pistachio, dried fruit. The bassine are boilers where almonds are processed with sugar for sugaring.
Colored sugar almonds are obtained by adding colored sugar syrups. Very famous are these handmade flour of sugar almonds used for ceremonies and as a party flavor.